Alright, I finally got out of microcenter. I was in there for like an hour and a half. I walked out spending much more than I wanted to. So I got my Samsung 850 EVO SSD, 250 gig. Of course I wanted higher, but I had a budget and I went over that budget already with what I purchased by a decent margin. Excuse me. So yeah, but I got the SSD. I also got the A10 7890K, I believe it is, APU with the mini ITX motherboard. As far as RAM, I have RAM for it at home. I have an SSD that I can throw on it at home. I have a hard drive for it at home. So got everything besides a case and power supply. Well, I did buy a power supply. Very tiny power supply. It's not a Silverstone. It's actually maybe a little bit bigger. It's longer, but it's skinnier. It's a long and skinny, pun intended, power supply, and it's actually a 350 watt, which is more than enough to power that. Because technically all I need is like 238 watts power supply, and I got a 350. Fuck it. Because it was that or get a 250, and I'm like, I don't want to push the limits for the power supply. So I wanted to be a little safe, so I got a 350 watt power supply, and I have the case that I'm going to take care of at home. So that's basically a whole other PC build right there. I also bought two different RGB strips, one for the wife, because her case is kind of boring. I mean, it's really cool looking. It's the P5 case, but there's nothing that really stands out. The RGB on the motherboard doesn't really stand out, and the video card hides like the biggest part of the RGB. So, I got her, I think it was the Cable Mods one, RGB strip. And then I got a standard universal RGB strip, actually, for this build that I'm doing. I bought a SD card, which was much needed for my video camera. I got a 64 gig. I was using a 32 gig for the longest time. I wonder if this person to the left of me sees like me just talking to a camera. It's like, maybe I don't want to be near that person. The fuck? So anyways, I got a much needed SD card. I got another small toolkit because every time I buy a damn toolkit for the computer room, I am too stupid to see if it has the security bits in it. This time, yes, it has a tamper-proof, so I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. I literally just bought a Torx only kit. It's like 5-6 pieces, but it's all I need. I have enough, screwdrivers and bits in the room, so that's all I got for tools. I got my wife a new mouse. She's been using the same mouse that I was using for a while, because we had matching ones. I had the Diablo 3, she had the Black Ops 2 SteelSeries mouse. Mouse is amazing, but she ended up using my mouse. I didn't buy her one because I didn't think she would like it. I thought she would fucking hate it. Well, she told me that she used it the one time when I was at work, and she's in love with the mouse. So I got her the same mouse as me, the G-Skill Ripjaw gaming mouse, the M780, I believe it is. The mouse is actually fantastic, especially for the price. I have absolutely no issues. I still got to make a review about that. So, got that. I got a USB 3.0 extension to go from the motherboard to what I need it to go to. I'm not going to say much more than that until I do it, because I'm going to be doing it on video. And yeah, I'm actually really excited for this one. It should turn out better than some of my other projects that I tried. So I think that's ultimately like everything I got. Oh, and I got two hard drive docking stations. Both docking stations I got, both hold 2 drives each, 2.5 and 3.5 inch. As well as they support SSDs. They support up to 4 terabytes. I got the thermal take one, and then I got another one. And the reason I kept the Thermaltake one in my cart is because I've never heard of this brand. I don't even remember the name of it. Never heard of the brand or anything like that, but it was $30. And on the box, they claim you can clone a drive by a press of a button without a PC. So according to this, I can plug it in the wall, give it power, put the blank drive in the one slot, put the other drive in the other slot, press the button, and it will clone it, apparently. So if it does it that easy, I am going to be happier than flies on shit. So I'm really hoping, and it should go fast. If my SSD, stays connected, doesn't freak out my current one, because it's obviously giving me issues. If everything goes well, it should be pretty fast, because it's SSD going on to SSD. And I'm going from the Patriot Blast to the Samsung 850 EVO. I was actually doing some research between the 850 EVO and the 850 Pro. I'm like, is it really worth the extra money? So I looked it up. Not really. The 850 Pro beats the EVO in a few tests by not much, and the 850 EVO beats the Pro in some tests, but not by much. They're almost comparable, and you're paying a decent amount less to go with the EVO, and it's newer compared to the Pro, which is more expensive, slightly older, but it has a red square on it instead of gray. Fuck it. It's an SSD. On my case, you can't even fucking see it. But yeah, I'm finally on my way back. So I got a little bit of a drive ahead of me, probably another 40 minutes. And before I get home, I got to buy another case of water for the house, because we're out of water. We only got like 4 bottles left. And we actually freeze the bottles of water and then throw them in our cooler to use as ice packs at work. When they melt, we still have a cold drink. Works out perfect. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get driving again, even though I am driving. And yeah, have a good one.